Hey everybody, this is my 125 gallon tank, and today at the very minimum we are going to do a before and after water change video. I'm going to get in there and do a pretty big water change, probably at least 50%. If I'm going to get in there and do it, I may as well dump a bunch of the water out and put a bunch of fresh water back in. I'm going to get the glass wiped down, and beyond that, I'm not making any promises. I really want to get in there and make a project of this tank. I got to really start thinning out some of that Java and just getting the tank a little more opened up to allow some more water circulation and some more swimming around room for the fish. It's getting pretty crowded in there because of all those plants. Even down the far right, you can see my red tiger lotus is just sort of filling in the whole tank. I don't know if you can see the reflection in the tank or not. That squeaker down in the bottom right hand corner, if you can see that reflection rolling around a little bit. Anyway, like I say, that's all I'm making promises of. I may get in there and remove some of the plants or do some gravel vacuuming or whatever once I'm in there, but I don't really know what I'm going to get up to at this point. I'm just going to get in there and at the very least, as I said, do a basic water change and get the tank cleared out a little bit and that sort of thing. So we can say hello to Squeaker over there. Meow. You can say hi to everybody? Meow. You can say hi? Meow. All right. That was Squeaker. And we're going to call that your before. And there's your after. So I actually got in there and did a fair amount of work, but I don't think I overdid it. I think I got the right balance of pulling just enough plants out of there to open it up. It lets a little more light in, it lets a little more water circulate around the tank, and it gives the fish a little more swimming around room, but it also still looks nice and lush and green. So if you skipped all the middle part, what I did was about a 50% water change. I got a lot of the mulm out of the tank. There's still a ton in there. There always is in this tank. It's just so many places for it to collect and hide. And if you're not familiar with this tank, this big piece of wood down here on the end, it's kind of hard to see with the glare on the tank, but it's a really big piece of wood down here, and it is concave, and it just, I mean, you could stick your arm down under there, and so there's just so much mulm and stuff that collects up under there. I try to swoosh as much of it out of there as I can with my hand and get it swirling out into the water so I can vac it out, but you can only remove so much of it that way. So for those of you who did watch the center part of the video of me doing the actual work in the tank, I know I sped it up, but you would see me sort of waving my hands along the tank, and if you were wondering what I was doing, that is exactly what I was doing. I was sort of swooshing all the mulm from one end of the tank to the other, and I actually set this tank up in such a way that as the water swirls around the tank, and it does so in a clockwise sort of rotation, I've got a power head in the back there. It's kind of behind the angelfish's tail fin right there, but that's a big 1,500 gallon per hour power head, and it sets the tank up with this sort of gentle clockwise motion. And what happens is, as the water flows down to this end of the tank, it sort of slows down, especially as it goes past all of the plants and everything, and all the detritus and everything sort of falls out of the water column, and it collects in these little pockets in these rocks, and I can just get the gravel vac in there and scoop a whole bunch of it out at one time, and then after a few minutes I'll get down to the other end of the tank and I'll start swirling up all the mulm again and getting it all sort of swirled up, and I run my fingers through all the plants and I get all the debris out of the plants and swirl it all down to this end of the tank, and then I vac it out again, and I just keep doing that cycle after cycle until the water change is done. And it winds up removing an awful lot of mulm out of the tank that I couldn't otherwise get to because of the way I've got this tank set up. It's just impossible to gravel vac it. There's too many roots from the plants, and then there's simply too many rocks and other things in the way. So that's what that was all about, with me swooshing my hands around in the tank all that time, if you were wondering about that. Of course, you also saw me wipe all the glass down. That was not real complicated. I changed out the filter. Not a big deal there, not really much to talk about in the filter. That's why I didn't bother to shoot any video of it. I did the filter not too long ago, so it was actually pretty clean. As my snakeskin gourami, we don't get to see him too often. He's kind of shy, and my tenopoma tends to chase him around a lot too. And so right now he's taking advantage of kind of being out in the open, since my tenopoma is currently kind of hiding because of us standing here shooting this video right now. Well, you can see my tenopoma peeking out from behind the bushes right there. So there you go. I've got a ton of Java fern for sale. I've already shot a little video demonstrating that. I got a bucket full of the stuff, so if you haven't seen that video already, just a reminder that I do have Java fern for sale, and you can check out my email down below and contact me, and we'll make arrangements. So there you go. There's my after. Again, I think I did a good job of getting just the right balance of pulling enough out to make it look good, but not pulling so much out that it looks like I got in there and ripped everything to pieces. So hopefully that'll be enough to make a difference and keep the tank looking nice and clean. So all right, everybody, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to check out my email if you're interested in buying some plants. Make sure you're subscribed. Don't forget, this one here is my 125 gallon tank. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you real soon in the next one.